Hello. Today is not going to be a very happy episode because we'll be talking about the stampede that has happened across the country. It has happened in Abuja, it has happened in Ibadan, and then the last one is just happened in Anambra State. So, and people are getting by in high numbers as a result of being trampled. When you fall during stampede, people are trampling, people are stepping on you with no control. There's no fault of nobody. The only fault is on the organizers trying not to control the crowd. If you cannot control the crowd, I feel it's best for you to try to use another medium, a bigger space, or use the government apparatus to do that. I'm not going to sit down here to run blames. No, I'm just going to tell you the real cause of this. The real cause of this is Nigeria is in one of the worst economic depression of all time. We've never had it this bad. That is the truth. We have never had this economic situation this bad. People are trying to run helter-skelter looking for food, to put food on the tables of their family. The mothers, the fathers, the brothers and sisters, the children have paid price as a result of this, have died in this process. December is a month to celebrate, but sadly, as we prepare to celebrate Christmas in the next few days, some families are getting ready to bury their loved ones. For no fault of theirs. Their only fault was trying to put food on the table of their families. The true heroes of this stampede are those beautiful souls that were buried. Those beautiful souls that went in search of food for their families. My heart goes out for all of them. Everybody who has died as a result of this. You know why? Because they went out in search of food for their family. You are the true hero. That is the sacrifice they made for that. They came back. They didn't come back with no food. They didn't even come back home. They didn't have to make it back home. That is the problem. So you see what we're talking about. Some families won't be celebrating because they've lost their dear one. Some lost more than one person to a family. The one that truly broke my heart was the one that I saw a mother lying stone dead, and her child was now sitting on top of her, also dead. And you ask yourself, what is the cause of this? What caused this stampede? This stampede was caused by unplanned guests. Unplanned guests. How do you mean unplanned? Because these people may not have been invited, and then they came because they are hungry. You advertise you want to give out cash food. You want to give out food items. You want to give out cash items, etc., and gift items. And they are there because they want to put food on their families, on the table of their families. We have never had it so bad. The average home this time can barely feed. In those days, it used to be a failure on the part of the parents if they are not able to feed their family. But now, how do you want them to feed their family? The salary can barely buy no foodstuffs. The mega salary they get can barely put food on the table. Can barely feed them one time in one day. And what do you call that now? I tell you something. The government needs to do something very drastic. Nigerians are very understanding people. They are prayerful people. But they can't understand why they are hungry. They can't understand why they don't have money to buy food. They don't understand why everything is like falling apart. It's looking so gloomy. They don't understand why their loved ones should go out in search of putting food on the table and may never come back alive again, may never come back ever again. If you fall because of the crowd size, if you fall in that process, you could be trampled upon. You could be stepped on, and that is just the end. That's how some people get by during stampede. So you just try to hang on, try to not to fall, because the moment you fall, there's practically no control. Nobody has gone to with the intention of maybe I may not come back. No, they all went in search of food to put food on their families, on the table of everybody. But sadly, they will never come back again. So I tell you true, we are going through a very mad situation. The middle class family is really non-existent, and again, what we have is rich and the poor. And the rich are getting super rich, and the poor are getting super poor. Now all the families are only interested in getting putting food on the tables of their children. They can travel this distance to go and get food, to go and get gift items, to go and get cash